Yo, what is happening, guys? Undisputed Vlogs, since they're back. And again, I'm back with Shay.
Hi!
Hi! And, usually we talk about how our weeks have been, but we'll basically just talk there. And, again, I assume all you've done is work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I've basically just done the same. I've literally just recorded and edited. The only difference is I've been recording and editing TikToks now. So, that's the only difference. So we'll just move on right in.
Did you edit the TikToks?
Yes, actually. I was really fucking confused on how you did it. But then I realised, right? Because you can record it on the TikTok app and then edit it and upload it. Or you can do what I do. It's easy as shit, actually, because you can record on the TikTok app itself. I record it on my phone, like how I would record the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And then I would I would edit it. I have two choices, actually. I can trim it and edit what I want and then upload it to TikTok, and then I can put like the text in, or I can just do it in the TikTok app. But I recorded off that. I upload it like privately, and then I trim it, and then I can add the text in, because TikTok's nowhere near as much as YouTube. Obviously, it's literally just you add text or sound in, and you trim the video. So it's like YouTube, but way less advanced. I just thought it was more advanced because I not part of the TikTok generation. Honestly, I'm telling you now, I said to Cameron and Dan yesterday, I actually feel like a proper boomer when it comes to TikTok. I feel old. Like, I used to always see, ever since I hit 20, I feel old as shit. Because there's so many, like, kids, it's like, oh, this about social media, and I'm like, I used to be able to know how to do all that and have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. It's like, I actually feel so old.
You know, you're telling me this like days before I turn 20. I'm 20 on the 27th. You know that? Like,
yes.
You tell me this. You're only preparing me this now.
I'm preparing you for the sadness. No, it's just like you feel fine, and then like it's just I don't know. Whenever it comes to like advanced shit like technology, the kids somehow know nowadays. You're kind of just like, I don't understand that. Am I old? Yeah. Like I honestly, I do fucking like I feel old as hell.
You know what sucks as well about being older? Like, the one thing I hate is drinking. Like, see, drinking alcohol, it's not the same.
I've even said that. I have not enjoyed drinking alcohol ever since I've enjoyed it, obviously. I haven't enjoyed it as much ever since I turned 18, because my favourite time, like my favourite party ever drinking alcohol was when I was 16. It was the first ever time I properly drunk, because I never drunk before. First ever time I properly drunk with like Cameron and all, and I got drunk in his house, and it was like me, Cameron, Dean and all, and like we got Dean to do a push-up, and he fell face first into a pizza, and then he fell down the stairs, he was drunk, and I saved his fucking life. And it's like, I actually saved his life, I'm not joking, because know the way whenever you're drunk, you stand there and then you claps? Dean and Cameron done a jugging contest, and then Cameron faced him first, because Dean was like pissed, so no, whenever you're pissed you can just continue drinking. So I went up next, and I downed it, and Dean was probably like halfway through, but Dean was like, no, I gotta finish this, and I was like, okay. So he finally finished it, and he stood there, and there was no expression on his face, no movement, and I knew what was coming, and I'm like, he's about to fucking hit the floor, but I thought he was going to fall forward, so I was ready to catch him, and then he started to fall backwards, and the kitchen counter was behind him. So I had to grab him. I'm so thankful I grabbed him, or else he was smacking the back of his head on the kitchen counter, and he could have died. Like, I'm not joking.
Fuck.
Like, that was it's like, see, when he clapped, I shit myself. I was like, no! I grabbed him and pulled him out of the way. I remember telling them the next morning. Dean goes, oh, what happened? I'm like, you almost died, man. And I saved your life, you owe me.
You owe me that pizza that you fell into?
Yeah. No, but that was my favourite time. It's because you weren't supposed to do it. You got the adrenaline, and it was great. Yeah. Where ever since you turn 18, you're like, I can do it anytime now. No, it's not special. I still find it fun, because I rarely ever, like, I'll drink about twice a year. Like, properly drink, I mean, I'll drink twice a year, if even. Like, I'm just not I will never go to clubs and drink, like, every weekend, because it's just a waste of my time. I'm being honest, I'd rather be doing something productive. But, no, it's not the same when you turn 18. It's just the fact you can do it anytime. It's not the same.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that for me, because I never really drank before I turned 18. I mean, the first time I actually ever got drunk was with you guys on like the day after my 18th birthday up at Glen.
Yeah.
Where you made me key that can of harp that was warm and gross.
No, I got you. I got you the shotgun.
Yeah.
If anyone who doesn't know what a shotgun is, it's where you get the Say you get the can of beer, and then you stab it in the bottom, squirts out, and then you drink it like that. So you have to drink it quick, and all the foam hits you. So it's like you have to drink it. You're basically jugging it, but because it's like a small hole, you have to drink it quicker.
Exactly.
So
the best thing to me was going in and like having like, I don't know what it was. It was some sort of like new freshness of a shop that I can now go into and I can buy whatever alcohol I want.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. And like now I just find myself going to Tesco's buying Lamborghini for £2. I'm just like, it's. The drink is nice, but the feeling isn't the same because
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't do it anymore.
It's also just the fact of you can do it anytime and you're allowed to. When you're 16 and you have a drink, you're literally just like I never drunk that much. Like I didn't. And then when I turned 16, Cameron got me to come to this party, and Cameron got me to try it. And then I was like, shit, I like this. I was like, shit, this is actually good. Because I remember before 16, I told myself I'd never drink. Like, I'd never go out and get drunk. Because I just saw no point in it. I still don't see a point in it. Like, I don't see a point in it. But, I mean, I do. It creates good memories. But then if you get drunk, you won't remember them. So are they really good memories? People always say, if you don't remember the night, then you had a good night. Yeah, but I can't fucking remember the night. So what was the point? Because I don't remember the good memories of the night because I was drunk.
Like, why did I wake up with a stab wound on my fucking face? Like, I don't know. But it was a good night, though, because I was drunk.
That's it. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's
So
not the
there you
same.
go.
But,
No.
yeah, we'll move on to the actual podcast. We'll cover the two things that we need to talk about, because there's two things now we need to talk about. We'll cover the Black Lives Matter thing first, because there's not much of that. Well, there's not much of either, but... did you hear Dax's new song?
No, I haven't heard it yet.
It's so fucking good. It's so good. It actually, I'm not joking, it's one of those, like... You know what it's about, right? It's about the Black Lives Matter, yeah. It is literally...
I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, it was one of those songs that actually give you chills. Like, I'm not joking, I was sitting watching it gave me fucking chills when I done the reaction. It was so fucking good. Like, it's just, I don't know, Dax can paint a picture with words, and that's why he's so amazing. It's like, he had so many, he did not get anything wrong either. It's like whenever he goes, my favourite part was the part that gave me chills. He goes, nobody's born racist, it's something you learn, deep-rooted in your brain since the day of your birth. And that part gave me chills. I'm like, he's fucking right!
He is right. It's a learned thing. You know what I mean? Like,
and then it's like he said later on, he
born.
said, hatred's not a trait, it was learned, man. Because people think hatred's part of your personality, it's not. Because he goes, it's not a trait, it's not a personality trait, you just learn to hate people. And I'm like, yeah, exactly!
yeah.
But,
well, he is right, like, to be fair. Yeah.
But,
nah, he's always right now.
yeah, no, but the video is really good because he mixes it between him and then showing what happens in the world. But the thing I liked, he done, a lot of the other rappers that done it, they show them and then they show the things happening in the world, but they show all the bad things, all the rats. Dax was showing the rats and the peaceful stuff. So he was showing the good stuff as well. So he was showing both sides instead of hiding the good side, trying to act like it's all bad. He was actually showing the good side as well, which I was like, good. Because a lot of people aren't showing the good side because they want to act like it's all bad. When it's not.
Yeah.
Most of it is, but it's not all bad.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to listen to it.
There's some peaceful shit too, like.
Yeah, like I don't agree with the rats, like I said, but like the protests, like a lot of good has happened from that. But no, you should definitely go listen to the song afterwards.
Okay.
But
I'll put that on my to-do list. Actually, because I saw it and I was like, I maybe should watch that, but I never found the time.
No, but then the only second thing is I don't have it on me, so I can't read them, and plus there's too many. But the amount of shit, have you seen the amount of shit that the protests has achieved?
No.
Oh my, Stefan, you know Stefan from the group. You probably don't know him personally, but you know him. See, so he posted this whole thing, like this copied thing of all the things that's been achieved, and I shit you not, if I read that, I'd be still sitting here. I saw that on Thursday, I'd still be sitting here reading it. There's so many things. Like, there was about 10 lines, and that was a paragraph, and then there was about 100 and 200 fucking paragraphs. So many things. There was so many. Like, one of them I remember, I think it was, is it Minneapolis? Somewhere, or Minnesota or something. Somewhere banned, police are not allowed to use headlocks to detain, which I agree with, because I said this to my mum. I don't know why they were allowed to in the first place, because it's as simple as this, right? If you want to detain someone and they're not, like, they're fighting back and you have to get them to the floor, right? What you do is you should be trained you should know how to sweep their leg and set them down without hurting them. I know how to do it. Now, if you're a trained police officer and you don't know how to do it, and I know how to do it, and I never taken martial arts in my fucking life, you should probably go get more training or find a different career, because all you need to do, you put your arm across their chest. There's many ways of doing it, but you put your arm across their chest, put your leg behind, you sweep their leg, you push your right arm forward as you put your right leg back, you sweep their leg, but you cuff them and set them down gently. You don't throw them to the floor. But there's many ways of doing that. And I've saw, like, if you need to go for a headlock, clearly you don't know how to do that. And you clearly need more training, or like I said, you need a different career, because I can do it. I've literally done it to, like, camera and all, to mess about. Like, I know how to do it, and you're a trained police officer, you should also know how to do it. So if you can't...
you see, I remember you showing me that exact leg sweep, but I remember it from, like, third year or something.
Yeah, I could...
Me and you were standing on the grass, and you were just showing me it. It was, like, during PE or some shit. Your hair was flipping about because you had a long ass hair at that point. You know.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it properly back then because I wasn't strong enough to do it, and I didn't know the proper technique. I just knew, I knew like 70% of it, but I didn't have the physical skills to do it. But now I do, because it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
But it's like police officers should know how to do that, and like police officers are trained in defense, like self-defense and shit. So like, just use your self-defense unless they have a gun. Don't hit them. I'll tell you this: if someone has a gun, you have every right to punch them in the face.
Yeah.
You have permission to punch them in the face if they're holding a gun to you. But like, if they're not holding a gun to you and they're using their fists, don't hit them back. Just sweep their leg, because you're trained in it.
Yeah.
Like, you're trained in it.
That's fair.
So that's all you have to do. So headlock shouldn't have been a thing in general, but there's so many things, and I wanted to read them, but I realised I don't have Facebook installed on this phone, and I have to go on Facebook, and that would take ages. So, but there's been a lot of things achieved, because they've achieved that, and then they've achieved some police officers that agree with the all Black Lives Matter thing has put they've resigned, and they've left the force to fight for what they believe in, which is pretty cool. Some officers believe in it, but they can't. And a lot of people, I disagree with this, a lot of people are saying, oh, you're not leaving, clearly you don't back it. Well, no, because you got to think to themselves, maybe, yeah, they support it, but they still have families to feed, they still have rent to pay. And yeah, they could fight for what they believe in, they could quit and fight for what they believe in, but guess what? They'll be fighting for what they believe in on the street, because they won't be able to pay their rent. So they can believe, as long as they're not bad, they can stay on the force. As long as they're not doing bad things, they can still fight for what they believe in. But like, you can't expect people to just quit their jobs and they're going to go homeless. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. It's like someone saying, like, do you believe in God? Yeah. Would you die for God? Well, yeah, I would die for God. Like, right? Well, then
drop dead. Drop dead then.
Drop dead.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I want to live. Well, then of course you don't believe in God. Then you fucking hypocrite. You know, it's like, that is the premise of what these people are doing, and that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You know?
But no, I thought that was pretty cool. But they've achieved a lot of things. I just don't have a list on me. I might read them next week if I can get a hold of them. But that's there you all for that. And then you move on to the COVID. I'm just going to say it now, because I don't think YouTube are as bad with it anymore. To be fair, I haven't gotten any warnings, so like, I don't feel like YouTube gives a shit enough about me personally. So I'll just say it. So I'll say COVID, because it's less likely. So the stats. This is mad. The stats for the UK, there's 293,000 cases and 41 died. For the world, this I almost shit out my heart. The cases in the world, the amount of people have been diagnosed, well, not diagnosed, it's not fucking illness. Sorry. They've been told to have it, were 7.27 million. And the deaths were 413k. That's actually, I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying that a lot of people have survived, because that's basically say 7.3 million, and 500k, 400k have died, if you round it up and down.
Well,
it's not good. It's not good, but it's not the worst numbers. You know what I mean? It could be. I thought it was worse. Like, I thought it was worse. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, that's way less than half of fucking 7 million people. Like, 400k is
like, that's not even
it's not nothing. It's a lot of people that have died, but like, it could be higher. You know what I'm saying? And at least it's low enough.
Yeah.
That it's not so high.
Yeah, exactly. But then, this is the last thing. There's literally not much to talk about these two subjects today, which is alright. Then there's this last thing, but this is going to be like a 5-10 minute combo. I'm so fucking happy. Thank you. The government hints the 2 meter distance may be reduced, but masks may become as basic as remembering your phone. So, like, you may have to wear a mask if you're going into a shop for a while or whatever. They didn't say that, but they're saying... they may be saying, you may have to wear, or people may be doing it as much. Like, it may become as basic, like, it may become as normal as remembering your phone, because so many people are doing it. Maybe that's what they mean. But then we'll get in, because I have an article here. Hang on. If Messenger would hurry up. Hurry up. Right. So then, Jesus Christ, it was warm in my room. It's not even warm outside. It was roasting in my room. So, what in the fuck? I didn't click on that. Right. So basically, the government hints at the 2 meters distance being died down, and
so like a meter or something.
Yeah, and they support, what is it? Support bubbles, which is, it says here, fuck off your ad. Go away. Go away. I don't want your cookies. Go away. Right. Adults living alone and single parents living with children can form support bubbles with one other household in England and Northern Ireland from Saturday, ending weeks of isolation. The amount of ads. Jesus Christ. So, it's basically, so say elderly people, I'll basically say this first, you can now go and stay one person, I think it's relative, but I don't feel like it matters, but like say one relative is allowed to stay in your house overnight now, and you're allowed up to 6 people within closed doors. You're allowed, you still have to keep a wee bit of a distance, as long as you're not like right up on each other, but you're allowed to up to 6 people indoors. I think it's coming up to you're allowed 10 people outside soon, and one person's allowed to stay over in your house. So say for elderly people, say you have a granny or granda that only have each other, or is only them, you can now go visit them. You just obviously have to be cautious because again, they're older. So they may get it, but like if you're safe, I don't see why not. But they're basically saying that they're slowly getting back to normal because the hairdressers or something next week.
Yes.
The hairdresser something I cannot wait. Like, you cannot see it, but like I'm showing the camera. Look at this. I don't know what to. I've literally just shoved the hat on every day. Like, I don't even wear a bandana because the bandana doesn't hide this hair anymore. Like it's too. There's too much. Terrible. There's too much. But it's like was it no? But yeah. So you're allowed to stay. One relative's allowed to stay in your house. You're allowed up to 6 people in the house as long as obviously you follow rules and all of that, which is actually quite good. Because then it's worked slowly getting back to but we're slowly getting back to normal. And then we say there's so many articles and they all take so long to like thing. So yes, you can support the bubble and stuff. And then it says single person seeks best bubble options, blah blah blah. So you can literally, where is it? The latest relaxation of the lockdown rules in England was announced by Prime Minister Boris Johnson earlier this week, and I think it's becoming a thing, not this weekend, but next maybe? I don't know. Like, I always hear about this, but I never get an exact date, because no one ever gives an exact date. Like, Boris doesn't even give an exact date. You just hear last minute, it's now. But you're going to be allowed up to 10 people outside now, I assume, because if you're allowed 6 people in a closed household, you're going to be allowed 10 people up outside. And then you're allowed to stay in each other's houses, blah blah blah. So we're slowly getting back to normal. It's still taking a lot longer than I would hope, but we're slowly getting back to normal, which is good.
Hopefully then we can have that, we can do what we're meant to do on your birthday in March. Do fucking drinking shit.
Yeah, it's still going to be a long time.
Yeah, but hopefully we can celebrate then your birthday, your 20th, and my 20th, and together, and then just have like a whole 4 days of just drinking with the guys. That'd be sweet as fuck.
Yeah. Every time you
It's
talk
already
about
too
alcohol, I
close.
swear to God, I believe more and more that you're becoming an alcoholic. Like, I mean a proper alcoholic.
Dude, I drank last night, and I've sort of a wee bit drank today. So,
Well, that's not
I'm
bad,
drinking
but like,
20.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I can't wait till it all gets back to normal because I can't be asked. I don't think that everything will be back to normal. I don't think everything will be back to normal until like mid 2021. I'm not joking. Like, I don't think it will be back to normal where I can like invite people into my house as many people as want until like mid 2021. I don't feel people will be comfortable and be able to go back to their normal lifestyles for a good couple of years because a lot of people are still going to be cautious. Like I said, I've gotten to the point. If my mum was not at high risk, I would be dead because I've gotten to the point. I've accepted my fate. Like I said, see if my mum was not at high risk and I was only having to look out for myself, I would have accepted my fate. I would have been like, do you know what? I'ma just, because I'm sick of sitting in the house, I was like, I'ma just accept my fate, and if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
I've gotten to that point now. Like, my mental state has gotten to the point. I'm like, do you know what? Death, it's just death. Like, you're just dying. What's the big deal? Like, I've honestly gotten to that fucking point. I just want to go out.
Well, bro, it is a normal part of life, is death, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And that's what I was saying last night. It sounds awful, but I like, the way I see death, because I want to get on to death. No, but the way I see death is like, there's some certain kind of peace to death, the way I see it. I don't know.
You sick
Like,
fuck.
it's a sad thing, but I see some kind of peace to it. Like, not that, because it's just like, you know,
Because they're lying at
just
rest.
a rest. Yeah, you know what I mean?
See,
There's a peace to it as well.
I would say they're out of this bullshit world, but I believe in reincarnation, so I believe as soon as you get out of this bullshit world, you just get chucked back into another one. So,
Fair point.
I mean,
Maybe
well,
it's a dandelion. Who knows?
yeah, who knows? I could be a comic
I'd love
book.
to be a
You
dandelion.
never know. But, yeah, so, now, we'll just move on to other topics. And there's only 2 topics. So, first one, you know what one of them is? We'll do that last. First one, PS5. Have you seen the PS5?
Yes, I've seen a PS5.
What is your opinion on it before I give mine?
Okay, well, someone posted a picture, right, and it looks like one of those, like, wee black heaters that you get with, like, 2 fucking envelopes stuck to the sides of it. But, see, to be honest, it looks fucking amazing.
It looks like a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, but, bro, it looks the way, like, it looks like a game station of the future. I think it looks fucking sick. But I just, like, I don't really care, like, I don't know, it's, how it looks just shouldn't define the way that the games are played, and that's all I really care about, is how the games are played. And if the games are played great, then it could look like a literal piece of shit, and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
No,
it looks sick and it's white, and, you know, it's just, fuck, yes.
See, I have mixed emotions about it, because, don't get me wrong, it looks really sick, but at the same time, somehow looks stupid as fuck. It looks like the coolest thing ever invented, but it looks like the stupidest thing ever invented. It does. Like, it looks so cool, but it looks so stupid at the same time. Because, like I said, you literally said it looks like something if you just slap folders around it. You cannot tell me that doesn't tell you that it looks a little bit stupid. It looks really cool, but I even said to Daniel and Cameron, I goes, this is the way I feel it. I don't know if you were there last night in the party, but I said, this is the way I feel it. I don't care, right? It looks futuristic. Cool, right? If I play the PS5 and the problems I had on the PS4 are still on the PS5, I want my money back. Because if you're going to build a futuristic looking console, I want futuristic type experiences. I do not want this bullshit that I have the storage problem on PS4. I don't want this bullshit that I have all these lagging and crashing problems with the PS4 that constantly just crashes for no reason. You're a futuristic console, play like it. So I don't care what it looks like, but it better play really good, because if it plays bad, if it plays like my PS4, I actually want my money back, because it's supposed to be a brand new console. So if they have not fixed the PlayStation problems that came with the PS4, which they still haven't fixed, if they have not fixed them for the PS5, give me my money back and go and invent something actually that's useful. Like,
exactly.
I don't want it if it's just going to give me the same problems. Like, I want good storage. I want it to not crash every minute. I just want it to be a decent console that actually works. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fair. Like I've been having some problems with mine, but like, it's the whole thing of like, right, we're in 2020 now. can you at least not give us a fucking 2 terabyte console? Like, can that not be done at all?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like 2 terabytes, to be fair, isn't that much from how many bytes you can fucking have in a word.
Oh yeah.
But like 2 terabytes, like you can at least do that. Like,
but
stop selling
it's
the
like
500 gigabyte one.
I have the 500 gigabyte one.
Should be. Yeah, but see, the minimum one should be now, as in 2020, the least that you could probably get should be a fucking terabyte at least. You know what I mean?
No, it's like, because I have a 500 gigabyte one, and this is the thing. I have Siege, I have Apex, and I have GTA. And GTA is 80 gigs, Siege is 80 gigs, and Apex is 40. So that is 200 gigs, if I'm counting that correctly. That's near enough half my storage. Yeah. And then, like, but I also, you gotta think about this, I need more storage because I need to record. So I always have like about 50 gigabytes of storage on footage. And then you get Warzone, which is like 130 gigabytes. And then Star Wars, which you did not tell me was like 100 gigabytes as well, Shay. You seem to leave that out when you told me to download it. You kept telling me to download it. And I saw it free and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to download it. And then Daniel had to be the one to break the news. Oh, it's like 110 gigabytes. And I'm like, well then...
Wait, did you download it though?
No. I don't have the space for it, Shay. Daniel downloaded it and told me it was 110 gigabytes. I don't have the space. I would have to clear my whole fucking console.
But hang on. You can download it but not install it, so you can still have it downloaded. So whenever you a game or two,
I have it in my library. Yeah, yes, I don't have it downloaded on my system, but I have it in my library, so I don't miss out the chance of getting it free. But it won't be downloaded anytime soon. We don't have the storage. I wish I did, but I don't. But it's
maybe
like
sometime in the future, like 2025, whenever you actually get good storage, then maybe we'll
I miss Xbox 360. I literally, where is it? Is it here?
I miss games that were
there it is.
Mirror's Edge as well.
So I'm holding up, Shay, a USB, which is 32 gigabytes, right? Fuck. Do you remember this, Shay? Remember I had this when we were in school? This is the USB. I used this USB to install games on. When I didn't have enough storage, I had about 10, 15 games on this, because on Xbox, every game, fucking Call of Duty games, were like 5 gigabytes. Now they're 100.
It's fucking...
I miss this. I miss this, being able to just slap games on this and then be like, oh, I want to play Ghost. Fine. Oh, I want to play GTA. I have it on my console. Cool. Oh, I want to play another game. Fine. On USB. I miss that.
I miss it too.
I don't want to have to use 120 gigabytes for storage, and then not only 120 gigabytes for the storage, but then it tells me that I need to also have 30 gigabytes for it to run, when it is only 120, but yet I need 150 gigabytes for it to run, which doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this is the shit that happens with fucking PlayStation, bro. It sucks, dick.
It happens with every console. The only thing that's good is PC. I want a PC.
Yeah. PC's great. I wish I had the money to spend. Like, but see, to be fair, a graphics card can cost more than the actual PlayStation 5.
A graphics card, you can get a graphics card for £100, but that's for like Nintendo Switch, and that's a small console. It's a big console, but it's like a small console. But alright, so the last thing we're going to be talking about is a new season of 13 Reasons Why, which you wanted to do. I was going to bring it up anyway, and then you mentioned it, so we're definitely doing it. So, before we even get into, like, we're not going to do proper spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. So we're not going to go into depth of it.
Okay.
We're going to try and show our emotions about it without saying what happened, because we'll give a few spoilers, but, like, we're not going to give it all, just give people time to watch it. But what was your overall view on the entire, like, season? Do you think it was good? Was it alright?
The entire season, season 4, or the entire season in general, the whole show?
No, season 4.
Season 4? I thought it was really fucking epic.
The whole fucking thing isn't a season, it's a series.
I know that, but, like, you know what I mean. Anyways, I thought the whole fucking, like, season 4 was just epic. The one thing, though, that I didn't really like, you know, I don't know, do you know Annie's character? I don't know, I just don't really sort of connect with her. You know what I mean? I don't really like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like she was just like a replacement in season 3 for like Hannah Baker's character.
I liked her in season 3. Season 4.
Yeah.
I don't know, she could have been there, she couldn't have been there. It didn't really make a difference in season 4, if I'm being honest.
Like season 3. Yeah, season 3, I liked her. I'm one of those very few. A lot of people said that they didn't like her, but I liked her. But season 4, like, didn't really make a difference because she wasn't there for like half of it. So, but
Exactly.
there will be spoilers, like I've just said. So if you don't want spoilers, you better click it off because that's the only thing we're going to be talking about up until the end. But so no, but season 3, I liked her because a lot of people said they hated her and they're like, oh, there's no point in her being there, blah blah blah. But there was, because the whole point of season 3 was to reflect the other side of Bryce Walker, of Bryce trying to get better, and you could not get that side without her. So people saying, oh, I didn't like her in season 3, well then there would be no, you're saying you didn't like season 3 because without her season 3 isn't possible.
Fair point.
So if you say, oh, I didn't like her in season 3, don't watch season 3 then, because it would not have happened if I'm going to kick that dog. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her, because she helps reflect the fucking Bryce's side.
Yeah. That's fair, like.
So, I mean, I liked her personally. Season 4, like I said, didn't really make a difference. But,
Yeah.
see, my favourite characters, Tony was always one of them. I always loved Tony. Tony's so fucking cool. Oh my gosh, wasn't it? Tyler? No. Is Tyler, isn't it?
Tyler, Zach.
Who's the one, the guy that I became more fond of? It's Tyler. I don't know why I'm mixing up names in my head. Is it Tyler?
Is he Asian?
No, the one that got assaulted with Matt. We call him again.
Tyler.
Yeah, I didn't like him at the start, but then I became more fond of him, and then Zach. Clay is like 50-50 for me, because I like Clay as a character, but at the same time, he does my fucking nut. He's so annoying. I like him as a character, but he can get on my last nerves. It's just like, it's the way he tries to control everything. And it's just the way he's like, I don't know, he just thinks that everybody should follow him all the time, and it's really annoying. Like, I like him as a character. I'll say this, after season 4, I liked him a lot more as a character. But see, throughout the first season, I was I like him. Second season, he started to really get on my nerves. Third season, he continued getting on my nerves. In the fourth season, he redeemed himself. But it's just, he's a good character, but he's annoying as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure even the guy that acted him would say that he was annoying. Like, the character's annoying. Even he would say, I'm sure. Yes, the point was, I think he had to be annoying, though. That was the point. Clay was that character, that main character. He had to be, you love him and you hate him. You couldn't just love him, you couldn't just hate him. You had to love him and hate him. Because it's like in season 4, you see he has many different personalities. So you can't love him. You can't just love him because he's so many different people. You can't just hate him because he's so many different people. So you have to love him and hate him, if you get me.
Yeah.
So that kind of like defines, you can't do one, you have to do both. You can't do one or the other, you have to do both because he has so many different personalities. But
yeah.
What did you think whenever it turned out to be him doing all that shit?
See, I don't really, like, I actually liked it. So I did, like, see the whole car thing.
Yeah.
Whenever they showed in the video, and he actually didn't remember it. I loved that part. But then it was like, but wait, how would he go into the school and take out all the cameras and do all this stuff if he's just, you know, because he was the one protecting the fact that Monty was framed, you know, so like, why would he do all that, you know what I'm saying?
Because, yeah, but that was the point. The point was, he has multiple personalities. And the reason he is so much, like, he has anxiety extremely, and the reason he had so many mental health problems is because of the guilt building on him. So by the guilt building on him, that's when he broke into this mental state of there was two people. He was himself, which he continued to frame Monty. He was like, no, Monty's a dickhead. But then the actual part of him, there was like, no, but Monty, even though he's a shithead, he didn't fucking do it. So that built into a different character of his, and that's why there was one character which was actually him, and there was another character which is what he believed, which was Monty should not have been charged with those, even though he was a dickhead. He shouldn't be charged with those because he didn't do it. So part of him was obviously himself, and the other part was the guilt building of him being like, but that's not the truth. Like, I'm going against that's not the truth. I shouldn't be holding this information. So that's what I mean.
No,
it wasn't.
fair, like,
It was like the side of him he was trying to hide, like, because he had so much anxiety and there was so much guilt on him, it broke into a different personality because he knew Monty didn't do it. Like I said, even though Monty was a complete asshole, he didn't do it, so he shouldn't have been charged with it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really confused because, do you know the guy that Monty was with on the night of Bryce Walker's death? At the start, yes, Winston. At the start, I was like, I feel like he's doing it. And after like the 2 first episodes, I'm like, to be honest, there's no way he's doing it. And then I saw the sister, and I'm like, there's no way she's doing it. I was like, there's no way. Who the fuck's doing it? I was confused as hell. Then when I found out it was Clay, I was kind of just like, you know what? That makes sense. Because that's he kept going to the thing saying about multiple like personalities, about he feels that he drifts off sometimes, and I never caught that in my head. I never took that. Usually I catch things like that, and then as soon as it showed you him doing the cameras, I was like, he drifts off sometimes, and then he comes back to back to where he is, and he doesn't remember the past while. I'm like, they hinted at us since the start of the fucking season, and we didn't get it because we're stupid. Like, that was so obvious. See, now I think of it, it was so obvious. The amount of hints, it was so obvious. And it actually angers me at the fact I didn't get it, because I got who killed Bryce Walker before. Like, the thing is, like I said to you, before I found out who it was, I kept saying, I think it's Alex, because the person that has the most hate towards him would love to kill him most is Alex, because he's hurt more people around Alex than anybody else. And I'm like, but the only person that could physically power him is Zach. So I'm like, how's that work? Because Zach would have to like hurt him, and I'm like, but Zach wouldn't kill him. And I'm like, so Zach's either killed him or Alex has either killed him. And I'm like, because Alex has many reasons, but Zach's the only one that can beat him up. So I was between which one of them did it. But I didn't know both of them being involved. But I was very close because they were the 2 characters involved, and I was between them 2.
Exactly.
And the thing was, I said Zach is the only person that could overpower him, and he did overpower because he beat the shit out.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my god.
See, talking about Alex,
Yeah.
I actually thought, see his character like story development sort of shit. See, in this season 4, I thought was fucking epic.
Yeah.
Oh, it was absolutely epic. Like, I sort of hinted, sort of at the fact that, can I say this spoiler of what, Alex?
I've already said that if you don't want spoilers, you might as well click off video because this is all we're going to be talking about, so go ahead.
Fair point, thank you. Because, like, it sort of hinted at the fact that he was gay back in...
I just want to say this. See, before you continue.
Yeah.
See, when people say it hinted, does it make it bad that I knew from the start? Like, I'm not joking. See, when I first watched the season, no way he was like, he likes Jessica.
Yeah.
It was always just the way he acted. I'm like, see, when I found out he liked Jessica, I was surprised because I'm like, I thought he was gay. I'm not joking. When I found out he liked Jessica, I was like, wait, I thought you were... Like, I don't mean that as an insult, but I'm like, I thought you were gay. And then he went for Jessica, and then it turned out he was gay in the end, and I'm like, I knew that from the start. What do you mean? You're trying to act like you sprung upon us? Oh, he's gay, and like, pretty obvious. Yeah. I don't mean it as an insult, but it was obvious from the start. I mean, I thought it from the start, and I thought that I was wrong. I'm like, but I was right.
I know, because I saw at the start I thought that he was gay. But it turns out his character isn't gay, but the actor's gay.
Yeah.
Who plays him. But it's kind of like Justin as well, because Justin isn't gay, but the actor that plays Justin is gay in real life.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that either, that man is gay. I wouldn't have believed that, but it's true. So, I mean, it was a rumour that he was dating the guy who played Alex. And he dated, Sam Smith. He dated Sam Smith. And I was like, holy fuck, Sam Smith.
I thought it was obvious from the start, personally.
Yeah. Well, I thought, see, because the whole time, I think it was either season 2 it was, that Zach started helping Alex because of his injury and shit. And whenever they were fighting, and then Alex got the boner, I was like, oh shit, he must be gay or attracted to him or something. And then at the start of this season, he kissed Zach, and I was like, right, so he is gay.
Mm-hmm. But, I thought the season was really well done. I think it touched on a lot of things well. Although it pissed me off, the touch on the racism I liked, whenever Justin and Diego, when they were fighting, and then the officer grabbed Diego up against the locker, and Diego even goes, "Why is it just me? We were both fighting." And then he said, "Was it you Mexican kids always starting fights?" And then even Justin goes, "Get off him," and Justin shoved him, because Justin, even though he was like, "Yeah, I want to see him get punished," he realised he's not getting punished for what he done. He's getting punished because of his skin colour. And that's whenever Justin goes, "Get off him," and I'm like, see, I like this. And I liked whenever they helped him up, and I'm like, see, even though you're enemies, even though you don't like each other, you aren't going to let racism happen. Like, even though Justin didn't like him, Justin wasn't going to let someone treat him badly for his colour, and I thought that was really cool. Because I'm like, even if you don't like someone, you can still... It doesn't take you to like someone. Even if you dislike someone or you don't agree with something, it doesn't take much for you to realise what's right or wrong. It's like you... Yeah. It's like you... Do you know why people are racist?
Yeah.
It's like the Black Lives Matter movement. You don't have to support the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Just as long as you acknowledge what goes on in the world and what's right or wrong. That's all that matters. As long as you acknowledge what's right or wrong, and Justin did, and I thought that was really cool. And then though, but see the part, like, I think it was season 3, when the officer threw Tony up against the locker. Oh, I clenched my fists. I was like, oh, you fucking bastard. I'm like, oh, see, if you didn't have it on, Tony would kick the fuck out of you. It really angered me.
Fuck. No, that's right, like, not, I don't know, seeing this season, like, and I don't know, in all the seasons he's my favourite character, but in this season he was just, like, overpowered as my favourite character was Justin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, he's so amazing, like, as a fucking character, from his character development, of how he's, like, he hated Clay from, like, season 1, you know what I mean, and now they're fucking brothers, and, like, that's epic as shit.
Yeah.
So I really love that, like.
No, but, yeah, the only thing left to talk about is the finale. What was your reaction to it again?
I kind of cried.
I love how you're trying to hydrate. I kind of cried. I will stand here like a man and I bawled my fucking eyes out like a motherfucker. I don't think I'm telling you, no series or movie has ever made me tear up that much. There's been many movies that I've teared up at, but none of them has actually had me sit there with a box of tissues and literally be like, are you fucking serious? And then as soon as something else was said, I started crying again. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. I was there like, I'm not joking. I was sitting there, tears stuck in my eyes. I got tissues and I'm like, this is so fucking sad. And then Clay was remember they mentioned, we'll get him off the anesthetic and you can say whatever you want to him for the next while or like last things. And then Clay goes, wait, what do you mean? Like, say the last things to him. That's whenever I was like, oh no! I was there like, no!
Why?
Why?
Yeah, it fucked me up. And then whenever Clay was reading the final note, and it was like, said the word, and I was just like, oh, fuck me. Like, he just read it, and I just was like, oh shit, brother, that is sad.
Oh yeah, because he wrote about someone who inspired him and he looked up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking sad.
Like, oh shit, man, shit. Oh, fuck it.
But
that hurt so bad.
Yeah, no, but although it was so fucking sad, it needed to end like that. Because I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, it didn't need to end. Because like I said, if you haven't yet left already, you're about to be spoiled in 3, 2, 1. Justin dies. I've already told people, so they cannot say I spoiled it because I've said it about 6 times. But no, Justin dies, and I said, although I didn't want him to die, a lot of people are saying he shouldn't have, but he needed to, because he was obviously an addict, and then he came back, and then he got addicted again. And the end of the series was supposed to be that they can all leave high school and they can move on with their lives and forget about the whole Hannah Baker, the Monty, the Bryce Walker situation. The point is they want to move on. They want to get on for lives and better themselves. And Justin could not get off the drugs. So if he stayed alive, everybody would be leaving school and moving on, and Justin would be leaving school but going back into the runt he was before, which would be the worst ending, because then you'd be like, oh, everybody's fine, but Justin's in a shithole. Yeah. So he couldn't have got off those drugs. So it needed to happen because, like I said, you couldn't have everybody move on with their lives and everybody like become a better person and Justin just sitting there in the runt that he was from the very start. You know what I mean? You couldn't do that because that would be the worst ending. So like you needed to, and I feel like you also needed to as well because it's like the way they experienced a lot of people down. I feel like it also needed to happen because they needed to experience that one last time to realize that happens in life and it's going to continue to happen. And then I feel like it's also for the fact of no way Justin and Clay became so close.
Yeah.
You couldn't have separated them at this point. But they weren't going to the same colleges, so then you would have not only had Justin still staying in his runt, he would have been away at the other side of the fucking world than Clay. And he has no one, and it would be the worst end ever if they kept him alive. You know what I mean? They didn't want them to kill him, but they had to because he would have been stuck in a runt when everybody else moved on, and it would have just been terrible. So I personally think, do you not agree?
No, I get you.
Because it just would have been terrible, but that ending was it needed to be though, but it was sad as shit. Like, oh my god, I never want to watch that part again. I don't want to watch that fucking part again ever.
Do you know what? As well, I was thinking, sorry to cut you off there, but
no, I finished it.
Do you know what else? That's sweet. I was thinking, you know the way they keep a lot of stuff in the show, right?
Yeah.
You probably know what I'm going to talk about right now, but they keep a lot of scenes in the show, as in Tyler's mop scene, Jessica's rape scene, Hannah's rape scene, Justin's fucking death, and Jeff Atkins' death in the car.
Yes.
Right? Now they keep all that in, but they took out Hannah Baker's death scene, and I get why they took out her death scene because it was graphic as shit. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like people are saying like it's graphic as shit, but and then again it's kind of glorifying suicide as well, as in it's like it's showing you what happens, but it's also glorifying it, so it puts it in the minds of people. You know.
Yes.
But my view on it is the fact that, like, I saw that they were just trying to, in my opinion, I thought they were just trying to bring awareness to it, and it's like it shows you how graphic suicide is in real life. The fact that it actually happens in real life, and that's what people fucking do to themselves, and it needs to be shown. You know.
Right, my camera's gonna die in a minute, so I'm gonna explain this quick. The reason they took it out is because after the first season of 13 Reasons Why came out, the suicide rate of teenagers went up by like 40% because of that scene. Because yes, they tried to make it that you needed to see it, which I agree. Some people need to see it because they don't understand. But at the same time, people that were in that place when they saw it, it just made them more upset, and it pushed them to that point. So like that's why they took it out, because they needed it there. And I saw what they were trying to do because I was talking to Katie about it. I saw what they tried to do, but at the same time, the rates went up by 40%, and it's literally because the people that were already at the edge watched that, and obviously it upset them of what can happen, which upset them more, which pushed them towards it more, and they didn't want to continue to do that, which I agree with, because that's sad it went up by 40%, but like, that's why they took it out, because they couldn't keep it in anymore, because it needed to be, like, removed. Even I'll say this now, I've never properly watched that scene of her in the bathtub. See, whenever she literally, like, starts cutting, I've never been able to watch it. I've had to look away. I can't watch that. I shit you, I cannot watch that. I had to look away. Never seen it properly, had to look away. I can't. Why does my phone have to die now? You motherfucker. But I had to look away. Oh, yeah, no, that's the end of the topic, the podcast. But that topic, yeah, I couldn't watch it. Never will. It's probably, I guarantee it's online somewhere. I could go watch it. I will probably never ever watch it because I don't want to. Because I know what happens. I don't need to see it. I'll say I know what happens. I don't need to fucking see it. I don't want to see it. But that's the end of that. Season 4 was really good, but it's very upsetting. So if you're very sensitive, because I'm not sensitive at all, and I fucking cried. So if you're sensitive, you are fucked. But yeah. But to end the podcast there. So yeah, the whole thing about the restrictions and shit, that's good. I can't wait to actually get out again.
Exactly.
Yep. But yeah.
Fucking see my mates.
Yeah. But as always, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I've said this in the past videos. The links are still below. Mine and Shay's links will be below this time, but the links for the Black Lives Matter petition donation link will still be below because I'm still going to continue to put them below. Yeah, so they'll be below, like I said. They'll be the top of everything, and then will be mine and Shay's links. But as always, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Smash the like button if you haven't yet already. Comment down below ideas of podcasts you want us to do, or comment on my Yolo anonymously what podcast you want us to do, or videos you want. Especially even after this lockdown. Give me a bunch of videos you want to see. But yes, smash the subscribe button if you haven't yet already. Go out, check out Shay's channel. He's done multiple gameplays. He's probably going to upload some GTA videos soon. Maybe some real life content in the future. But yes, our links will both be below. And yeah, like I always say, I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Undisputed. That's been Shay. And we'll see you in the next one. So, peace.
Peace.